IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Just talking offline with my good friend Ayushi, but horrible stories from Mumbai, South Mumbai, the worst part of India, what some people call the backwaters. And, you know, I had a fight early morning early morning I mean 6:01 a.m. with a milk delivery truck guy. I didn't want his milk, but he came up the one way, and then we had a few words, and then he tried to overtake me, so I let him overtake me, and then he goes nowhere. So I don't understand the whole story about why you want to overtake and blow the horn, and then after you just overtake, you stop, sort of. It's like the competition is only a one-upmanship, and once you're ahead, you sort of go slow again.
Habits? Routines? How exactly do they help us get better? Well, to simplify it for you, tune in to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashton Doctor, and I'm going to be here to help you get better daily with some simple, easy to do habits that you can easily adapt to your life. So tune in to the Habit Coach podcast from Monday to Friday, because I believe that awesome lives start with awesome habits.
Ayushi, can you explain that to me? Why do they do that? They honk like a big deal, and then they just go ahead of you, and then they go slow
But
again.
nobody understands that there's like a cardinal common rule that if you overtake, you have to match the speed. You have to be faster than me if you're going to overtake. You cannot overtake and then stop, because now you've ruined my life, traffic's life, and you're just like losing yourself. I can't.
I find it very complex, this whole concept. Of course, Sriram doesn't like to drive cars, so he's upset that we brought up the subject, him being a leftist and all that. I'll take a rickshaw. I'll just kick him on the head to go faster or slower, and rightly so. But Silverie, you are a car owner. 11 cars.
Cars own.
Cars own. Showrooms.
Cars owners.
He's now in Agra with a new showroom. Yep. So you tell us.
Yeah, correct. I'm opening a new showroom.
You had two fights. You had two road rage physical fights recently. One with bikers, one with somebody else. So your problem is the same as mine, right? Why do they just overtake and sort of halt? What is this? I don't get it. You know, if they're in a hurry, carry on in a hurry.
Yes.
In my accident, I had bashed into the person. So in my problem, I had bashed into the other person. I mean, like we had hit each other.
But you're saying like it's his fault that you bashed into him. Just to be clear.
Yeah, correct. It is his fault that I bashed into him.
Yeah,
yes,
I hit him. It was his fault.
I mean, so it was like the Chris Rock and Will Smith moment for me, where I was Chris Rock and the guy was Will Smith.
No, you're Will Smith. You bashed into him.
But it's really that guy's fault.
No,
for
but he slapped me. He beat me up.
No, you can't just turn the story. You're the aggressor.
Yeah,
Unless, of course, you're balding.
No,
he's balding. One second. Let's have to go back and understand the whole story.
No, that's two things.
Huh?
Who Antariksh is alopecia?
Yeah, it's alopecia.
No,
Otherwise, his metaphor makes no sense.
Okay, but where is your alopecia? Because there is a lot.
Oh my God, Ayushi is asking a very private corner.
I have a bald spot on my head. That's where alopecia is.
On your head, it is.
The origin of my alopecia. I will
fair enough.
Forward.
Young man doesn't want to.
He has like chest and there's like a big circle in the middle.
Apparently, he's very hairy on his torso.
Who's now worried about hair problems?
Am I the only one who thinks Antariksh plays dashing cars with all his cars in the showroom and just blames it on other people?
Yeah, he's got that Delhi streak in him of just driving like a daredevil and just causing trouble. I do believe you're right, Sriram.
He does kind of walk around with a sense of entitlement. I feel that around him sometimes.
Indian men are horrible.
Yeah.
Usually they all suck. I believe they should be castrated on sight. I've stopped those views. I used to have them.
No, for my sake also, don't do that.
No, for you, the naval cadets will leave to somewhere in Navy Nagar area. The rest. But Sriram, Ayushi brought up a very interesting point. Are you in your shower?
Yeah, because I also thought you were in
Close enough. I'm in my pot right now, and this is how I like to podcast. Yeah, this is how I like to podcast these days. Ayushi, get in with the times.
Yeah.
It's also because it was a little bit blurrier than the studio video. I was like, is it actually steamy? Is he just in a sauna?
No, you're right. Because
we are getting that installed soon.
I'm very worried with him. He always
Sriram looks like a labourer who is installing the bricks behind him as we speak.
Yeah.
Just because I don't own a car, suddenly
you're a labourer. Yeah.
Downgraded into. This is how the world is, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Anyone who doesn't own a car, I think of them as labourers.
I would happily be a labourer if there was air conditioning involved. My problem is that in India, if you're a labourer, it's always hot, and I find that to be a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't call you a labourer. I said that you were like, you had a sauna system in your house. Like,
she
I'm
made you very elite.
you.
You have your own sauna and you work from your sauna. Work from sauna. That's your thing.
I have a sauna system in my house which I've installed on my own.
Somebody saying, stop shaking my camera.
But you the whole camera.
Oh, is it because I do this with the desk?
Yeah.
This ADD issue. ADD. Okay. Camera's vibrating for some reason. Rachit, calm down. This is not that kind of show. But Sriram, you always are disguised. I feel like, in the old days, we used to have these drug, guys who admitted to taking drugs and then they come on camera and they blur their faces. Or even some criminals.
Like criminals. Yeah.
Or just Instas, which are ugly. You sort of blur them. You're always hiding. Is there something to that story that you're on the run, or there's a sort of, the full image is not shown?
No, never. And if you look at 3 of my images, no 3 of them would look the same. All of it comes up to the fact that I don't want my parents to call me.
And they would never find out you're in the shower 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Never.
They looked everywhere.
Never.
Sriram, upara, Sriram. But no, nothing. The guy's right there in the bathroom. Day after day.
Yes.
Okay, Silverie's gone on mute. Let's carry on. This is going to be the best show ever.
Yeah,
yes, Silverie, that's a great idea.
Sorry. I'm saying,
oh no,
it'll be hilarious that Sriram's parents have filed like a missing persons report. Like, oh, my son is missing. We have to find him. But he's been hiding in the bedroom the entire time.
Or maybe not. Because, what the hell?
Yes, exactly.
Good riddance.
Why ruin a good thing? Am I right?
No, don't bring it up in public.
Why ruin a good thing?
Yeah. Hey, Sriram, there's a criticism. Amit has leveled a criticism. Amit, our leader. He says that you and I go off on tangents for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a sort of gay symphony that happens, and we just talk about something that nobody else is interested in.
But that is this whole show.
I would think
this whole show is basically like it starts at. It's off the rails within like the third minute. It just depends who is the bugger.
He's the captain who's steering the ship, but
Cyrus, you explaining that you and Sriram go on tangents is also a tangent. If you think about it.
Ayushi, speaking of rails, I took a train recently. Cyrus, remember the train?
We 3 don't understand this conversation. Oh, excuse me. You're in the wrong forum, yaar. Come on.
Yeah. Listen, I am in fact from South Bombay. I do not take the train.
We don't even know where the station is, where we come from, yeah?
No, I do know where the station is.
Where's the station?
Right here.
What right here?
The car station is like one straight across.
You're just... come on, that's not good enough. Where exactly is the
pointing
station?
in the general direction.
I know, she's somewhere there. Vinay's forehead.
I know where it is. I work there. Not at the station.
Could you walk to the station from here, yes or no?
Yes, hey, Ayushi. Wait, you work at car station. Do you guys need a sauna installed? I could really help sometimes.
That I took that Agra station metaphor too seriously. I was like, I missed the show so much, and I just go stand at a station.
Name the platforms in car station that you go to.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, must be like
Not
that.
Not a mic check, for God's sake. Actual platform. Oh, Vinay is so starved of female attention. Our producer, he's trying to help her by putting number 3 up. I don't know if that's correct. Is that correct?
Yeah.
She's saying it's not correct.
Ayushi named the
3, 4.
Vinay is one of. Now they are fighting over which platform is in car. I wish I could. That's the better part of the show. The producer and engineer going berserk.
But now, just to clarify, what is it? At the car
station? What is it? We're finding out.
Platform?
You can talk loudly. We're in the middle of a live podcast.
No, he doesn't think this is good content. We're losing listeners as this conversation continues.
Listeners, we apologize because he won't give us an answer. Is it 3, 4, 5? Maybe someone will text.
That's
there
the
are
problem,
4 platforms.
There are 4 platforms.
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 There are 4.
That's the problem, right? We started the show with like talking about cars and overtaking. There we lose audiences. We try to be relatable with the masses by talking about platforms.
What masses listen to our show? Tell me which guy on his way to delivering milk is like, bro, show chalu hai, chalo. Come on, what the hell are you talking about? You're getting mobbed by the guy on the road, screaming out your name.
Never. I got only recognized by the head waiter at Bombay Canteen, which was like
head waiter at Bombay Canteen is a failed engineering student.
No,
who's done really well in life.
He is my fan.
I'm just kidding.
You just back off. I have one. He is mine.
But he saw your podcast and he liked you from the podcast.
Yeah, he did. And he gave me a free dessert. And guess what? We were there for my dad's birthday. And this guy comes up like while I'm having lunch with them and he's like, I recognize you. I'm such a fan of your show. In front of my parents, can you imagine the joke? They were like,
that's great.
Oh my God.
So
they were like, so what you do is a real thing.
I got a theory. Go on, Sriram.
Ayushi, how much did you have to pay him to do that?
How'd you pay the guy?
I knew that joke was coming. I knew that joke was coming. It's really low.
Yeah, it's really low, Sriram. How can you just say something like that? I want to know if he's gay.
Because
if he's gay and then he does this, then that's a lot of respect.
I got 2
but if
free
straight, there's always with a
dishes.
male-female thing. I'm a little.
I got 1 they gave us a free dish for me.
What were the dishes?
Wow.
I got that crab.
Not for your
It was
parents?
yum.
Only for
no,
you?
they sent dessert for my dad, but yeah.
Dad got a small dessert. He liked Ayushi. Big crab came,
I
you
mean,
know.
it's her dad's birthday, but Ayushi is the one getting the cake from the
uncle,
waiter.
happy birthday, and then turned. Yeah.
Cyrus, he went for that old, hey, let's give them free dessert to get their number thing.
Was he trying to line maro? Was he trying to line maro?
No, man, how you ruin this also?
No, but who knows? I mean, this we know more about because waiters we know more about than platform 3, 4, and 5.
Exactly.
Let's just stick to our core competence. How to tip.
Okay.
By the way, are you a tipper?
Waiters, talking about waiters
10%?
is a great segue into...
Sorry, we're having
15.
a conversation. Now you know what it feels like now when you're away,
15.
sitting in Agra, in front of a machine.
True.
F off,
Yeah.
man.
Correct,
You see you were saying.
15%. No, like 15, 20,
15?
whatever it is.
Get
10.
it. I can't work with this woman. 15%, you're breaking the market, man.
Why?
It's
Oh,
10%
tipping.
worldwide.
Sometimes 10 is so low because the value is so... And then you're like, oh, this
Did
is
I
a
ask you
lot.
to sell me a vada pav? On $20, I give you $2.
Oh,
It's
no,
like
one
that.
second. If I'm buying a vada pav, I'm not going to lie. I'm not tipping the person. Though.
But that's labor.
Wow.
He made it himself. He carried. That's elitist.
No, but like someone who cuts your hair and like
think
your...
They too need the tip more.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't take change back, obviously. But like...
On 20, what would you
Not
give?
on 20. Like, I can't remember the last time I paid 20 for
Ayushi,
something.
you're lying.
The only way, Ayushi, the only
Rupees.
way that makes sense is if you're paying 500 rupees for every vada.
Yeah, wow.
Then
No.
In which case, he'll also bring you dessert.
No, no.
Madam, ek minute ruko.
What I mean is in the cab or the
Big fan, big
cab
fan.
or the rickshaw, if you're giving, if it's like 20,
You tip the rickshaw.
3 or 4 and you have only 30, so
As
then
an
you give it
Indian
all.
male, may I say,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
if you do not
That
assassinate
I'm
the
saying, I'm
rickshaw
not taking
driver,
the
I think that's good
chiller
enough.
back. I'm not taking change back because I
Like
don't
how
want
much?
the
$3,
change.
$4?
5, 6, whatever that is. The round off of 10, no?
Let's ask Sriram because he's the most lefty of us all. Sriram, by the way, Nitin,
It was 20 rupees.
no, you didn't pay 20.
That was the tip.
The
That was
watchman
the
paid
tip.
20.
20 was the
One second,
tip.
let's get this clear. The
And
Bank of
then
Watchman paid
I
20.
paid the watchman.
No, you paid Silverie or Vinay at some point. We don't know whether the watchman.
No, she hasn't, by the way.
I
I'm just
haven't
saying.
paid until.
She hasn't
Folks,
paid
this is
us
live
back.
on the show. Ayushi is a multi-millionaire and she has not paid the $20 back to one of the struggling producers.
Multi-millionaire,
Now-
I'm taking a rickshaw. How does that work?
That's because there's no other way to come.
I feel now that Watchmen.
Put the shower on, Sriram. Put the shower on for ambience. Yeah, enjoy.
The only way that Watchman can recover that money is by getting a job at Bombay Canteen.
But head
No,
waiter nahi milega. He'll
but
have to
at
start at the bottom.
Bombay Canteen, I don't give. I expect the free. I'm so sorry, Bombay Canteen. If any, I love you so much.
And how mean because
So much.
the guy likes her because of her show. It wasn't just like, he
Yeah.
saw a rich family and said, I'll, try and get the best out of this
Yeah.
deal.
Not at
Yeah.
all. He actually was sincere in his.
Did he quote from the show something so that he's selling
There
the
is
truth?
nothing quotable from us.
No, that's our show.
Not one thing is
Surely it's not
quotable
your
from the show.
Now, I wish we all had showers. We can segue quickly. Okay,
Yeah.
bro, you have topics and we shouldn't
okay.
interrupt you.
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
have a very interesting topic. Actually, the first
Sriraam
one
tangent.
involves
The
the first one involves waiters actually.
Wow.
So apparently,
How did he go with this?
Genius.
This was not on the
Yeah.
news sheet
So-
that you shared yesterday. There was no.
It wasn't
One
actually,
minute,
but
one
this
minute.
is-
Stop.
it
There's a
wasn't-
new sheet that you
I
shared.
wasn't gonna
As
make
if you're
this-
gonna read it.
Yeah, but at least tell me.
Yeah,
That's really mean.
I don't
It
bother.
comes every day
sharing
the day
Cyrus, yeah.
before. Yeah.
You'll
He
share
sends
a
it
news
every
sheet
evening.
every
List
day.
of topics
Every
that we
evening
share.
he sends
Yeah,
it.
we do some
Wow.
research, Cyrus.
Sriram, did you get this?
Yeah.
I did.
There's some
I did.
effort that goes in.
But he says I
Okay.
did with absolutely no understanding of what happened. So I guess that's two of us then who are out of it completely.
Yeah, I read it. I was half.
Ayushi
All I-
didn't read it.
Okay.
did you?
I did. I read it.
But
Oh.
Yeah. All I know
Silverie.
is that
so yeah.
Well, whoever you can talk at the same time. No one's listening. I
That's
mean,
very
it's like
funny.
two neighbors
Sriram,
shouting
go ahead.
about onions or something.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
all,
did that
all,
come
Was it too loud? So sorry. I don't know why I had that.
It just came out.
The one
of it.
family opposite, when they used to shout when we were playing cricket, one of them had this note,
This is no longer a show. This is,
And they would hit that note, and that note would resound with me for days.
but you're very right because sometimes
my
when you're
mother-
passing, you hear this being
Yeah,
shouted.
yeah.
You can feel it somewhere
it's like an
inside. You're
alarm,
like, oh,
man.
it's a
My
cringe.
mother would treat us like, we are menials. She would clap twice from the fourth floor because she didn't like to shout.
Oh,
And
well,
I was like, who does that? You're the Queen of England? Clap, clap.
we used to have the full name. That's how you knew that you
Full
were.
name?
Means like, Ayushi Siddharth Amin. It's like, oh, I've just shit
Fuck,
my pants
Aadhaar
right
card.
now.
What is
because,
this?
no, that's when you were in trouble.
I think she joined the RSS at some point. She used to say the full name. Yeah.
No, that's how you knew you were in trouble. Because if you were full named, you're
From,
like,
from
I've
the top, from
done
the flat,
something wrong.
From the house. They
Yeah,
shouted.
yeah.
So public can hear you. The public
building.
hears you. The building, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, they live in a very elite area. There's just this one building,
Okay,
so it's
guys.
not really public.
Let's do this.
Why you do this
Let's get to
me
my
every time?
He's getting
waiter
upset.
story.
The man wearing a full sweater in 44 degrees Agra heat. 44 degrees.
Yeah,
People actually
thin hoodie.
It's
a very thin hoodie.
Why
a very
are you
thin
wearing a hoodie
hoodie.
though?
I don't
Just
know.
a very
But I suppose it's some
thin-
sort of contraceptive
very thin hoodie.
in a sense.
It's true.
Yeah, correct.
Completely
It just
covered.
keeps women away.
Others women go nuts when they see Silverie. It's the whole of
Yeah,
Agra
yeah.
is just like, oh my
what it is.
God, Yogi bhai,
Yeah, man.
humko roko.
All these Agra women, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
one
mean,
second. Did you
let's,
just shoulder
so-
dust Agra women?
Yeah,
Like, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are they not good enough for you?
I'm just like all this attention. I get so much attention, and I just yeah. That's how I deal with attention. I'm like, that's enough, man. Leave it. Just leave me be.
All I
I'm
can
good.
say is that in Antariksh, women build in Agra, women build Antariksh a Taj Mahal, guys. Okay, just
Yes, correct.
I don't know how to respond to that honestly, because firstly you're frozen, Sriram, having said that, which means I don't know if Mayawati's come back to power because that's a sexist comment, and so hence revenge is being taken.
But he has
Have we lost
completely
him?
frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Antariksh, quick. This is your time to give us your topic.
Okay, quickly. Let's do this before
And tell us what you
tangents.
think of
Okay.
Sriram.
Because he's gone.
Yeah.
Sriram has decent hair. Okay. So basically, what they're saying is that men's underwear, women's lipsticks, and attractive waiters, okay, are a sign as to the a country's prosperity. How well a country is doing, okay, can be determined
But we
by these
suck,
three things. Or
because
these
I don't
three are
even wear
huge
underwear.
factors in this, okay?
What?
I stopped wearing
So,
it.
And
it
I
doesn't
don't
apply to
wear
you.
lipstick.
Okay,
I
that's
sweat too much, Ayushi.
yeah. But
Okay,
women's
listen,
lipstick.
no,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
no,
My
Men's
back
underwear,
nether-
women's
my
lipstick,
nether
and
regions are
good-looking
no
waiters.
longer, subject to any appraisal by anybody. So what does it matter? So I just,
Yeah.
So you just hang loose all the time?
yeah, because I can't. But on the jockstrap is really tight, or if
But
I'm,
don't you need support?
not really, nobody cares. I
Okay.
don't even notice them anymore. I just do my thing.
I mean, you're just saying
So
that,
you
Cyrus.
just
I'm
say-
sure you're
This is
wearing
my
underwear
gift.
right now.
Listen, when we're together, it's intimate and different.
Feeling very
Hey,
unsafe
hey,
in
I
this
think
studio.
Hello, one sec.
I think
Let
he
me,
wears underwear.
let me categorize. Underwear ka matlab hai chaddi. We are talking about because
Yeah,
of the
chaddi.
kacha concept, the what do you call it?
Boxers.
Boxers are not underwear. That I do wear. Because I can't walk
Boxers
around
are
naked.
underwear only.
That's what I was saying.
Dude, nowadays
Yeah.
Yeah,
boxers,
but
briefs,
that's
they're all
no,
underwear.
hello. That's
No.
like loose stuff. Which,
Yeah, so you're not wearing like
Undergarments,
tighty
like
it's like wearing a towel.
Yeah, it's
Honestly.
undergarments. It's
No,
all
towel
undergarments.
is more
You're
like a
wearing
It's
skirt.
undergarment. You said
Under your
underwear.
pants, no.
Underwear is, let Sriram talk. A man who
Underwear,
wears a
undergarment,
chaddi
it's all-
24 hours a day and without
it's all
changing it for 3
encompassing.
months.
yes,
Sriram,
yes.
as a fan of Liberty
I-
underwear, banyan, tan, 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 tan. Go ahead. What a name for an underwear banyan, Liberty.
I feel we should bring back the good old loincloth. That's all I have to say on
Which,
this matter.
which I do wear anyway. I do wear that. And only when we have
But
female
It was
people
everything
working in
was
the house.
great. No, like about it. It was unisexual. No,
No,
one needed
no,
to worry
I-
about
I'm
It
not-
also
I'm
brought
not
attention to
wearing
animals'
a
plight, like
loincloth.
loins. So yeah,
And one second, wouldn't this go against what Antariksh is saying that if we went loincloth, doesn't that mean that we've regressed as a
no, he's not
country
explained the point.
developmentally?
The point
No,
is that
no,
if you're
No,
fashion
exactly.
underwear-
Ayushi, no. We
Yeah,
will-
but
we
Sriram
will
is right
continue
in
to-
that way.
Yeah.
If the
Ayushi will
sales of
continue to-
loincloth were to increase, that would mean
Yes.
people
So it
are
doesn't
more
matter
prosperous.
what
So
the
you,
underwear is.
so you're not saying the quality, you're saying
So
the
what,
quantity.
I'm telling you what the thing is.
Yeah, please explain.
Quantity. So I'll tell you what the thing is. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
underwear, undergarments are considered to be non-luxury items. Okay. At least men's underwear is like
What about
considered
the
to be
male
non-luxury
bra?
items for the most part.
Because some
So
cultures
when-
the male bra is big. Not all
Which
cultures.
culture?
Talking about
Bro, as we age, the men have bigger boobs than the
And
women.
you know, but
And so-
you're so right. And this country should invest in them because everywhere here, uncles are just carrying some real
You're looking
load up top
exactly.
as well.
So you're looking at 600 million plus males, out of which 200 million are aging or whatever. Straight away, you got an extra undergarment. We'll be the richest country in the world if that's the philosophy. I'm just saying.
Who is this? Who made this research?
But can I request male bras should be like sports
So
bras?
this is-
So you can just get into them? Because otherwise, I don't know how you can button that thing.
You think getting, but by the way, I'm just going to tell you as the only person who's probably seen a bra on this chat.
Hey, I had my time, Ayushi. Huh?
I'm just saying
I googled it
Yeah.
once. Okay, huh.
a sports bra is far tougher to get in and out
No,
of
but
than a normal bra.
It's a swim. You get in with your arms.
But you are sweaty. How are you going to take it off once you sweat? It's so hard to take off once you're sweated.
That's fair.
Once
Yeah.
you
That's
sweat
good,
in
because
it.
no one's going to help me. Sriram, no one's going to come to my help. You know, when I say, guys.
No.
It's kind of like swimming trunks. I feel like once.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Well, those I manage on my own. I mean, there's no choice.
Yeah, but that at least gravity little bit helps you. With the
Correct.
sports bra, you have to
That's
go only
fair.
up and then you get stuck
Or you
in.
could do a
That's
headstand and hence then you could be going down in a sense. I'm glad that we've taken this threadbare, this topic, because it's important to
Antariksh,
look
where
and
did you
analyze.
read? Where did you read this news article? I need to know.
In Agra Times. They're getting a sports page next week also. Yeah. Go
Thank
on.
you, Hamisha. It's a lady.
the former head of the Federal Reserve, His name is
What?
Alan.
He told you this?
Used to have this belief. No. He used to have this belief. So he talked about it publicly multiple times. And then people started researching this and realized, it does correspond to when recessions have hit.
You said three
So
things.
I'll tell you.
I forgot. Yeah.
So So
Undergarments?
non-luxury items. So when men start buying less underwear or less underwear starts being bought, it means that men don't have even disposable income to buy a fresh pair of underwear.
Or they've given up.
Okay, so that's
on
one
their
thing.
on their
That's
social
one thing.
life. They don't believe
So
it's
that
worth
means
their while.
so recession is going on. People's economic life is not as good as they would wish it to be. So that's one aspect.
Or sex life as well.
Also, I used the word social so I didn't get into more graphic details, and you have to kill it. You and your bloody shower culture. Always straight up. I hate straight up.
Okay. So
what is
another
the
thing
other
is
point?
the women's
point.
Look, guys, look.
Huh.
I feel the research is correct because over the past year, I bought 2 new pairs of underwear, but 8 pairs of lipstick. So I don't know personally.
Is it a pair of lipstick?
But that is all over.
It's not
Okay,
a
okay.
pair.
That's what I
They
like.
come in singular.
Sriram.
They come singular.
That was a gem.
What is the price of the
Going
lipstick you bought?
beautifully done.
What is because that plays a factor. What is the price of the lipstick you bought? Sriram?
I lied to you all. It was just crayons.
But pairs of crayons.
Just-
Go each lip has a
No,
different one.
it's a multi-pack, and every day he just goes.
I love
Yes.
pair of
Just-
lipstick.
yeah.
We can't go above pair of lipsticks. That's it now. Hey,
Did you, Cyrus, did you also imagine like we have turn it and then 2 of them come up and then like, no, okay, just.
No, I've actually used
Oh
lipstick.
my God! Imagine if it was that way,
And
like,
I
and you hold it,
Yeah,
and
no,
you
yeah.
don't hold it like this. You
Yeah,
hold it like this,
exactly.
and then
Ayushi
it can
gets
do
it.
both
Ayushi
the
gets
lips
it.
at
I
one
thought so.
time.
It was one.
It could,
Yes,
it could.
yes.
It saves time.
But you,
I broke a lipstick.
Ayushi, this is how we're going to make money. This is
Yeah, I did.
finally
I
the
did.
podcast.
Bruce Wayne is right. We did
Bruce
a,
Wayne has said.
So I
Bruce
went.
Wayne
We did a
says, fun
Bakra
fact, Cyrus
episode where I
went for
go
bra
to
shopping on
try on
Bakra once
bras.
and
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's
girl.
happening
This is
in
before
Wow.
cancel
Cyrus,
culture. The
Cyrus,
sales girl was very
Cyrus.
sweet. She was letting me. She didn't even stop.
yeah.
Yeah, A, she
Cyrus,
thought I deserved the
Cyrus.
bra, and B, it wasn't a comment from her side, so it was great.
Cyrus,
Bolo, sir.
Cyrus, just because you wanted to try a bra, you did this whole ruse of like, hey, let's start a show called Bakra. Okay,
Exactly. What do you think happens when my wife goes back to Hyderabad for a little while? I put on all her clothes, and then mom visits America. Man, I'm decked up Monday to Sunday.
And you know what? That's fine. If you feel beautiful, you do you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's not a sexuality thing. Huh? Lots of men like to
Yeah.
dress in, as women who are
It's
very
just a
That's
athletic.
what I'm
intrigue thing.
saying.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you like. I'm not lying to you. The minute you put on a skirt in summer, I find it hard that you guys would go back because
I
just
love
the
skirts.
airiness of it is so great.
Yeah, I
It
get
Yeah.
is heat.
That's what
we
But
we call
can
it
do dhotis also.
we call it lungi. Yeah, we call it lungi in
Yeah.
Kerala.
or in Scotland it's called lungi, and in Kerala it's called something else. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
it's called the kilt in Kerala.
that's
Yeah,
right, that's
It's-
right. Silverie, you were
Right
saying
now,
that you
Sriram
like
would
to wear
just
women's
call it
clothes.
a towel because he's in the
Yes.
bathroom.
Silverie wears the salwar kameez whenever he can, then stands on his terrace and
Yeah.
tries to reach the
Actually,
ground
yeah.
floor.
When I'm not on the podcast, I'm wearing women's
Yeah.
clothes all the time. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that too,
That
while
is
they're
fair.
still
Every morning
wearing
I
their clothes,
change,
you
yeah.
take them, which is really
That's
disgusting.
true.
At least give them a towel
Antariksh,
next time.
Antariksh, I loved you in The View. You were looking very nice.
Yeah,
I know,
he was the
right?
fourth woman from the
With
right.
my
Now
dreadlocks
that I
and
don't
all.
remember
Yeah.
their names, yeah.
Yes.
But you weren't Whoopi.
I've
Very
also
special.
won the EGOT. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah,
I'm an EGOT
yeah.
winner, like Whoopi.
You won it
Yeah,
twice
that's
in
a
1
great
year.
reference.
Twice in 1 year.
Yeah, correct. So twice I got an EGOT.
This is the point where
Yeah.
Will Smith.
You imagine it, right? Ayushi, you saw you imagine it, right? Like there's Whoopi Goldberg and there's Antariksh. You know, like speaking of lipsticks, guys. The
But
new topic.
Sriram,
that we
Bruce
I'll
Wayne
never
is
finish this
scaring me. He
topic.
wants to see Cyrus in high
I finished
heels.
this topic.
Who says that? That's not even funny. That's scary, right? If
That's a
somebody
bit
says that.
worrying.
Yeah.
Or
Ayushi.
he just wants
He
to
thinks I'm
see,
short.
or he just wants to see you, like, you know, what it would be look like if Cyrus was a woman.
Oh, I'll make a great woman. All the women I've been able to say
I am going to
100%.
say
I've got-
you would make a terrible woman.
No, I've got
I
lovely
think Cyrus
eyelashes.
would make a great woman.
I've
Oh,
got soft
feature-
skin.
feature-wise,
Features.
yes,
Only
okay.
my shoulders are a little broad because we've tried
A
that.
Cyrus,
Yeah, that looks a little
Cyrus,
broad.
let me just say,
Sriram,
if
you'd
you
like
were
me as a woman. In fact, you did.
That's what I was going to. That's what I was. Cyrus, that's what I was going to say. If you were a
God,
woman,
the
I'd
shaking
try
is
so
happening.
hard
What
to-
are we doing? Stop, guys. Put your hands up. No misbehaving on the show. Yeah.
Cyrus, if you were a woman, I'd try so hard to break up your marriage.
Thanks, bro. If I was a woman, I wouldn't be married now, because then that'll be a lesbian
Which-
thing.
which,
and then-
let's face
and
it,
she would not
Cyrus,
be
which-
married to me, right? I mean, technically,
Cyrus,
they're not
which-
allowed.
That's true.
Yeah.
They allowed you to have relations, but they're not allowing same
Legal
gender.
man. Yeah.
I mean, Silverie is fighting every day for a better future. Yeah, what?
Okay,
He's trying to
nice,
turn
nice.
it back.
Revade
He's
Cyrus,
trying to
yes.
turn it back.
Amisha's turned Parsi on us. I would hear on Cyrus if he was a woman. This is a scary group, bro.
Why they love you so
We have
much?
one girl, Amisha, who's just telling me to keep quiet, and the others are
How do
hitting
you-
on us.
But how do you think I feel? There is a woman
You
on
got a
the
head
show,
waiter.
but they are hitting on you as a man.
that's
Imagining if you
That
were
is
a
just
woman.
not right.
Like,
That-
मेरे कोई
Ayushi-
औकात ही नहीं
No,
है.
I don't know, but I think it's a rickshaw story. Your elitism
know.
got to them. They feel they can't afford you. You know, you just sound so rich that they're
Wow.
like inadequate, and they feel disorganized and completely
Though,
useless.
you know,
Yeah,
Antariksh,
yeah.
that thing of saying that DMs are open has really massively backfired,
It
by the
has.
way.
Your
Because,
age group is going up
Right?
all the time.
no, because
That was
people are
on
now
you. Well, that's on you, man.
I know.
What has
Yeah.
happened? What has happened?
She advertised that she likes older-ish
I
men.
saw that.
No.
I saw that.
I
No.
did not
I saw
advertise.
that.
I can play the loop
I
again.
did
Rishi
not
can find it.
advertise. I said if you are above a certain age, then
Yeah.
sure, let's be friends. Is just
Yeah.
the thing I
So
said.
that podcast ended with 30 plus. By the third podcast, it's 75 plus. Now people who are dying, they've got 1 week to live. They're like, Ayushi! It's unbelievable what you've done, really.
It's
And
not
she
okay.
can never go to Navy Nagar
Because
again.
people
She
have gotten a
cannot
bit
go there.
angry,
Guys.
and now they started
Can you
tweeting me
please-
saying, "You don't open your
Oh,
DMs."
he's losing his mind. The pilot.
Yeah.
Bolo, sir.
Anyway,
so
lipsticks,
please,
loincloths.
So,
Yeah.
yes. The
You've
thing with
gotta move on
lipsticks.
to some
So
other
the thing with
news.
lipsticks is let's just finish this. now, please.
Lipstick is.
the thing with
1 second.
women's
I'm
lipstick-
thrown. What's the grammar on this one?
What?
Lipsticks is?
No, lipsticks
Lipsticks are. You Pavayan.
Seriously.
Seriously.
But
are.
the thing
You are
with
agrarian.
lipsticks is
What the?
the
No.
thing with lipsticks is
No.
that so women start buying more cheaper lipsticks the more the condition of a
It's all
country
wrong.
goes lower and lower.
Cheaper lipsticks. More cheaper.
Okay.
No, cheaper.
lipstick.
Yeah.
No, cheaper lipstick. I
You're
think you-
fired,
Cheaper
Silverie. I can't understand what you're saying.
Oh, you can't say-
Sriram, you're in charge.
I think
Oh,
you can't say
sure.
more cheaper lipsticks.
Yeah, you can't. That's superlative of sorts.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
More
it's cheaper. It's cheaper.
More cheap, maybe.
More
Yeah.
cheap, but even that, that's
I'm sorry, we're not getting your
grammatically
point because
Yes,
we are a
start-
little petty and we can't get over this.
correct. It's southbound.
Zyada sasta.
No, he's trying to screw
they
us
buy the
with his-
sastar.
His Hindi is only 1% better than mine, so I don't know what he's doing.
It really is.
His regional language command is terrible.
This is like my mother and me fighting in Hindi. I mean, it's a pointless exercise.
So, but
Tumhare piche.
Okay.
But I would agree that
Okay.
if times are tough, economically, I would say that you would cut down on things like lipsticks because that is technically a luxury item, and if you would you had to, then you would move down
I
the
love
range
women
of
with
it.
lipstick. I don't know why.
No, that's fine.
Conditioning.
But I'm saying
I mean, if they don't have
Actually,
lipstick, I always
this
carry
is-
one on
this
me.
is
I'm
a
like,
fair point.
Puja. And I start.
so.
Ayushi,
Huh?
how much is the average lipstick budget for women, according to you?
Lipstick
I mean,
budget
it
or
can
how
range
much
from
one
anywhere to anywhere.
lipstick
You better
costs
tell
an
him because he won't
average?
sleep
No,
at night otherwise.
annual lipstick budget. I want to peg it to the annual underwear budget for men.
Fine. So if
And
you were
then
to buy,
see-
suppose in 1 year you bought.
How many do you need roughly for a year?
No. Those are two different questions.
Oh, because you
Need.
need different colors and all, right? Sorry. No, this is a very important point.
No,
This is a very important point. Guys,
One
listen,
second.
listen.
Need versus want versus how much you buy are like three
Average-
different things.
This is all average sort of conjecture. But
Need you could probably make do with two over the year.
no girl makes do it two. It's got to be more than two.
No, I didn't. No, none of us have two. We all have
So
more.
give the average, no?
But I'm saying average. How many you buy in a year? Maybe like 3 or 4 you would buy every year.
And you don't use anybody else's.
Okay.
It's a very
And the
private-
No,
budget
no,
for
we
that
all
is-
use each other's.
Oh.
When you're on a
And the
night
budget
out,
for that is?
maybe
That's
if you're
fair.
now again the range of lipsticks is the range is crazy, but I would say average in
Yeah.
India, if you were buying decent enough brands, it would be anywhere between like 250 to 350, like 250 to 400 kind of a range. You'd still get you'd get a good lipstick.
What an interesting podcast.
Well,
People
lipstick
must be
was-
just
yeah.
clapping listening to it.
You
Yeah.
asked.
300
So
bucks.
lipsticks
lasts
are not
how long?
expensive then.
One second.
300 bucks.
One will
At
last
all.
how long?
That seems cheap.
No, wow, are you mad?
No, but
no,
I'm saying there are
Depends
Indian
on the size
brands.
of your lips, na, Sriram.
But there's also now brands that are catering to more there's different ranges, no? Now there's Indian brands, there's local ones. Then there's like your
Underwears get
middle
holes
range.
and lipsticks expire. Hemisha, let me tell you.
Yeah,
without-
but Hamisha,
without-
let me
Can I
just you and I on a separate thing.
No, she doesn't understand.
But she not. Come
She's
on,
saying
I want to know
underwears
if she.
get holes. Without holes, you can't put your feet in the underwear.
But-
you need holes.
That's not the. There's a hole in your head, Cyrus. That's not the one she's
I'm
talking
just pointing
about.
out. Don't make traditional mistakes with these questions.
But also,
without holes, what
I
do you do with
haven't-
underwear? Wear on your head.
I don't
You
give
need
up
to put
makeup
your legs through
after-
the holes. Sriram, am I right? Am I right? Call out Hemisha for this. Hemisha, we have to call you out.
No, but I want to also call her out. And I thank you so much.
Also, Hemisha, it should be underwear.
Let her finish. Silverie, this is a lady bonding moment and I'm sure it's going nowhere.
It's absolutely not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But in terms of expiry date of makeup, does she actually follow it? Because I do not. Like, I can't throw things when they expire. I haven't finished it yet.
But what happens if it's expired? Does it not work?
No, of course it works.
What does it mean?
I mean, it's like
you want to buy new
it's like a best. Yeah, exactly. They just want you to buy more.
Super safety. Like, you know,
I only buy medication which is expired. It's cheaper and it's as efficacious.
A couple of weeks
Who
after
the fuck is info shorts?
Donald Trump.
Wow.
Do you do that?
Can I tell you one traumatic memory?
From lipstick to Donald Trump in one sentence.
Now, Ayushi,
can I tell you all about a childhood
from here on,
wait, there's a childhood trauma. I want to hear. Let the lady speak, guys. This is very important.
Okay,
She's opening up and the head waiter will give a discount and blah, blah,
So
blah.
I do talk a lot with my hands.
Yeah.
And my mom used to get really annoyed.
I don't think that's true.
So she, And so then she used to, as a kid, she used to make me sit on my hands and I had to sit on them because she was like, it's too much. But it never worked because by the fourth sentence, I was like, and then it would just keep. But so when someone comments on it, I immediately regress to like that 9-year-old who was sitting on the sofa with her hands below.
How mean. What's wrong? Italians talk with their hands. Lots of cultures use their hands a lot. I don't have a problem.
That is just not right.
In fact, if you don't use your mouth and only your hands,
okay,
it's
guys,
more appreciated, I would think.
This is not a real
So I think we should not do more of this just to make Ayushi feel like a part of the podcast.
Sorry.
More.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah.
As respect, a tribute to Ayushi coming now.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nobody can see this.
As we go into
Sriram is so lazy, he won't even lift his finger.
What I'm saying is, as we go into a break, we should all do an interpretive dance, just so we tell people like Ayushi.
Can I do my tribute to Shunyata, nothingness?
Has it just gone?
No, that's my tribute. I don't do.
Are we going to break?
It's like we used to do this gag in the rugby review, which I love doing, which is, folks, and now we will sing 3 lines from some song. And we did sing 3 lines from some song.
You
That's the gag. He froze.
And what a pose he's frozen in.
Wow. It's like a Tamram Bruce Lee.
He's like hexing us or something, you know?
Wow. No, really, Tamram Bruce Lee. What would swam me?
He put a spell on himself. It backfired. His spell backfired.
Your spell backfired.
There's a lesson here. Don't use the toilet for Wi-Fi. Right? Electricity went.
The electricity went off.
It's a building under construction, right? It's okay.
He has a double. That's right. The 2 row houses in front of his bungalow, which he owns as well. And he has his own personal Wi-Fi. I don't know.
There's a bathroom Wi-Fi you have?
It's not. Dating is aesthetically pleasing. This is the whole.
We all have bathroom Wi-Fi, Ayushi. We all have bathroom Wi-Fi. You have to make sure the Wi-Fi reaches the washroom. It's just part of.
Antariksh, you and your lofty ways of living, I just cannot keep
Ayushi
up.
could not interfere with her parents' decision because
AC in every room,
hand up, they say no.
Fan in every washroom. AC in every room, fan in every washroom, TV in every room. These are all essentials, guys. Come on. What are you doing?
So I want whoever made that study of economic progressiveness to first see what is Antariksh's household economics.
They live like a rich village. They own lots of land. They have agrarian animals all that around, and they have
extra fancy wallpaper.
Yeah, and they don't pay their staff.
That research.
Very often you see people, who have filed complaints in police stations because they're famous for not paying the staff. Why do you do that, Silverie?
Power.
Basically,
sorry, Sriram, I haven't paid you yet. Sorry, I'll pay you.
Yeah, even I.
That research. Yeah, that research is pretty straightforward. I feel if you replace lipsticks with cars, right? I think we have Antariksh's.
That's his life. That's right.
Antariksh is yours a male-dominated family. So only your mom is there who from the female side. So I'm just thinking you wouldn't know much about lipstick.
No, my Bobby's there. Bobby's there.
In the same house?
My brother's wife. Yeah,
in one of the many houses that you all pretend to.
Yeah, but the poor thing doesn't drive yet.
The poor thing? Why do you have to call her poor?
Sexist comment, no?
He called her poor.
Poor thing doesn't drive.
Why? Because she's not blood related to you?
She wants to drive. She wants to be
She can't
driving.
drive. What a waste. Bhabi, buck up here. Improve. No, we get it. We get the veil criticism and rightly so.
Okay. Can we quickly get to the last point and then before we go into the break? The last point of this research
is another point of the same article.
I would think it's pointless.
Attractive
It's a great article, man.
Attractive waiters.
So why?
We got the person for that. We got the expert. You stop talking. She'll tell you everything.
Because the assumption is that good-looking waiters or good-looking people are able to get better jobs in general. So if the number of good-looking waiters and servers at a restaurant is increasing, that means people are not doing that well, or economy is not doing as well.
It's the opposite in India, where if you are good looking and if you're a waiter, then you're not doing well in life.
You become a social media star.
Well, one of India's richest men was a waiter.
Yeah, that's
Amitabh Bachchan.
Our Prime Minister also,
Naseeb.
Prime Minister was
No, he's a chai wala.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's not.
Sorry,
That's a
I thought talking about good-looking
he used
people.
to wait
Sorry.
on someone.
No, he was running a business. So he's a businessman.
But
Ah.
talking about
Guys.
good-looking people, right? Sorry, guys.
Guys.
I don't think it applies.
I'm sorry. He is not. Is
Ayushi,
he not
that's
a
his
silver
comment.
fox?
Yeah, whatever. This
Like,
one,
I open my vaccine
That's
certificate
your-
every day,
guys.
and I'm just like, this is gonna take a wrong turn.
Sriram and
I'm so
I
sorry.
are dealing with our own problems of using
Yeah.
lipstick and living in bathrooms, so we'll stay out of it. But you guys
Exactly.
carry on.
No. But tell
Exactly.
me. So you
But
okay,
I
fine.
just like this.
No, continue.
I just like this
was
parallel
making
universe. I just go for it, yeah, Ayushi. Please.
I was making fun of Antariksh. It was not going to be anything good.
Okay.
It's like a two doubles tennis matches,
But-
so then the points have to go at the right time, otherwise it makes no sense. So
Yeah.
you go ahead.
I just feel there's a parallel universe where Amitabh Bachchan is waitering in a Narendra Modi tea shop, and I find that beautiful.
All right.
Interesting.
Sure,
This will
let's
be your
go
last
ahead.
broadcast. But the good thing is we'll remember you nicely. The things we'll say, always pleasant. Right?
Why don't you say
Lovely
something
hai.
about Lata Mangeshkar and
You're
Sachin
the
Tendulkar
only-
also?
May I say
Huh,
something?
Sriram?
You're the only guy called Sriram who the BJP have removed. I'm just telling you that.
That is facts.
For-
That is facts.
For all
right
I know,
there.
for all I
Yes.
know, it'll be the Amitabh Bachchan fans.
and then rightly so.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Look at the sign from the NBA superstar. He's
Let's take a
saying
break,
time
please.
out or something.
Yeah.
Time out?
Time out.
Oh, you
guys.
want to
Let's
take a break?
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
what this
please.
is.
Let's
Yeah,
see which
we've
bank
really
is
crossed the
sponsoring
break,
IVM this week.
No, we don't have anybody.
Guys,
Just mention
can
names
we-
and hope. Yeah.
Can we do the break dance again?
Okay, the break.
dance.
We didn't take the break. I
Support
thought we took
Ayushi.
the break.
Did we not take the
We
break?
didn't take the. Okay, we
No,
forgot
we
to
not-
take
we
the
did
break. We
not,
were about
we
to
did
take it and then. God, we need
This,
to
Yeah.
this
take a
goes
break.
out to all the people who do not feel that they can talk with their hands.
Yeah, the last time you did that, you froze. You remember that, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's a
the
cocky
electricity
guy.
went
He
off
doesn't
in
care.
Gurgaon.
Why is Daler Mehndi returning? For some reason. We'll take a break.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, Varun talks to Pallavi Uttagi of Super Bottoms and Mamta Roy of Odette Style. They reveal how they built their respective businesses completely online. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav tells us the story of nutmeg and how it became the world's most violent spice. On Big Talk About Tiny Humans, Devi Shobha and Meghna share strategies on how one can balance screen time and family time. On Hanswani, hear the story Koi Parichit. It reflects India's belief in humanity and the unanimity it showed in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. On Tere Mere Raste, Keshav takes us to Jaisalmer, a city where sand, sandstone, and water come together to weave a magical story of valor and view. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on. Also, remember, we're on YouTube. You can check us out on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube and get a list of all the YouTube channels we have active at this point. I'd also like to make a quick note that we're doing a small listener survey, and it would really help us if you could fill that out. You can go to ivmpodcast.com/survey. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance and India Water Portal. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Silverie, what are you doing with your chin? You're pulling at your head.
Aligning my beard properly. Like the cut has to come, the V shape.
It has to,
But,
because in Agra,
well,
for God's sake, you're
Yeah.
known by your beard. I mean, people just call you by
course,
number.
that's how people recognize me.
23.
Yeah, correct.
Wait, Antariksh,
Yeah.
Sriram
That's how
is
your driver at the airport comes and picks you up. Pays number, aja, ho gaya. What? He's eating food.
No,
You're
Sriram
not
is just
eating on
moving
the
his mouth.
show?
He's not eating. Just moving his mouth.
I'm eating.
You don't know if he's eating.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
What are you
just
eating,
said
Sriram?
he's
Now that you brought it up, we might as well find out. There's nothing else to talk about in this stupid show.
Plate of hot dog.
You're having
How
a
dare
hot
you?
dog
Oh,
at
like hot dog as in that. Oh, okay.
10:40 in the morning?
No, for him it's
Yeah.
just 24
Guys,
hour cycle. There's no
Ah.
idea.
Guys, I'm hearing some disturbance. Can you guys?
That's you. That's
I mean,
you
noise
talking?
disturbance.
That's-
voice.
So
the
that's
white
that
noise.
Agra. You all have that
Sorry,
Groppy
sorry,
track, no?
sorry.
No, that's Noida. Sorry, it's somewhere there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
We're ready for
let's
the
get to
serious
the
topics.
topic.
We were told let's do some serious topics.
Yes, sure.
Okay,
sure.
that's done. So
This
then
one.
let's just do anything. Give him a chance.
I did.
Awkward pause. I mean,
Honestly,
no
honestly.
reason to go
Okay.
there then. Yeah.
The window is very small.
It should be.
The Mumbai Indians and
Okay,
Delhi
Ayushi's on her
Capitals
phone
match
now.
happened.
She's lost interest in the podcast. The moment you said, I'm going to tell you something, she's like, okay, whatever. Second, the teacher starts the lecture.
Okay.
Everybody tunes off at that point.
I was gonna.
That's so
Second, I talk about a little bit of cricket.
Ayushi is listening to another podcast in the middle of podcast.
It's wildly fascinating. It's about nutmeg.
She's very upset about
I
the
think
nutmeg
Ayushi is
thing
recording another podcast while listening
because
to
she
this
has more
podcast.
knowledge about the nutmeg empire, which caused wars in the eastern part of the empire, whatever you want to call it. And she's not
Indonesia.
been allowed to talk about it. But Utsav again has stolen the limelight. So there's a bit of rivalry going on between Ayushi and Utsav.
Yeah, there's IVM internal
Who
wars.
is
I think
Utsav?
so. How dare you.
Postcards from nowhere.
But you've
So-
shown your loyalty to Ayushi, for which
Memoria.
your Shaba will be replaced.
Thank you.
Okay.
Topic,
Okay,
sir?
Antariksh,
Let's get to the next
please
topic.
give us
Yes,
some
sir.
direction.
All right. So Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals just played a match at Brabourne Stadium near Churchgate.
Well, not just played
On
a match,
Sunday,
it's
this
like
past
48
Sunday.
hours ago. Yeah.
I mean, this past Sunday. And
Every day the other matches,
our
you're confusing us. When you say just played a match, I'm
fans
thinking
have been-
yesterday's game is Rajasthan Royals. And, so...
Cyrus,
Yeah, you
be nice
missed it,
to him,
Cyrus.
man. He's
Right.
trying so
But
hard to give us a
I
topic.
got a
You're
Germanic-
really...
I can't. The Tambram will understand. But for us, it's all about the details. The devil's in the freaking details. So
but
if you don't tell us the
recently is
details-
correct only.
No, recent is not
48
enough.
hours
It is
is
an
recently
IPL
only,
game.
Cyrus.
I'll go
But he
mad.
said recently.
You can't be breaking news from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I'll
No
tell you.
fair.
This isn't
I'll
even
tell
on
you
the
what-
list of topics that he gave
Imran
us.
losing
I'll tell you.
the
It
vote
is-
of
it is
confidence,
in the
that's
list. It
breaking
is in the
news.
list.
Oh, let's
I'll
talk
tell
about
you.
that.
Yeah, we should talk about that if you want to talk cricket.
I'll tell you what the
What?
problem
What?
is. When
Yeah,
I'll tell you what the
Sriram,
problem
you
is.
say.
When
You
Antariksh
say.
says that Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals just played a match, the cricket fan that Cyrus is, he's like, wait, I missed a match? Then you're
Yeah,
like, 48
I was
hours.
like,
You know, like,
how did I get this wrong?
I was like,
Yeah.
what? They finished
Sure,
something?
sure.
And forget that, Sriram, we are doing some stuff with the website. So I'm like, we should just, nobody knows what's
Really
going on.
messed up like
Evening it
professional.
on. I'm like, what's going on? He schools us with this.
You
Dusra.
scared him. You
Yeah.
scared him.
Oh, God.
Okay, so they recently played a match
match?
at Brabourne.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
48 hours ago, they played a match at Brabourne Stadium near Churchgate. And fans have been mad at BCCI because of that. What happened is people paid like up to like 3K for for a
3K
seat.
was the average.
What
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got was goddamn stupid plastic chairs. Like, those
Yep.
shitty plastic chairs
That's
that you
bad.
hate.
Really
seeing.
bad.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
going
I'm gonna
inside.
share this.
You'll be
screen
going
with
in
you.
some box, yeah.
No.
Who's sitting
Member
on-
seat.
They've done all this because of COVID. They've got these strange things so they can remove the thing and clean it, etc.
So these are the kind of
Are you
plastic chairs.
serious?
Like,
Yeah.
Shut
it.
the frick up.
Without this is without hands. Some of them have hands, so that's at least a little.
Yeah,
better.
these I think.
What is
yeah,
this? This is
these are the ones-
unacceptable.
$3,000 they
This
should let
is
you take the
terrible.
chair home.
I mean, this is
it's
so
ridiculous.
close.
Yeah.
You will be literally, your shoulder will be like half into the shoulder of the other person, man, next to you.
But I think if you're coming to
So
watch a
I think
game,
most
football,
cases-
cricket, or whatever, I don't think COVID should be a
In
problem.
the
your
heat,
head.
you
I mean,
obviously
can't
don't
go and
care
say,
about
yeah, exactly.
COVID.
You can't go and say, oh,
Sitting in
COVID.
plastic. Can you imagine sitting in this like hot plastic in the heat? Gonna be all sweaty and all sorts and all.
The only people who are complaining about this are the ones who've never been to a match at CCI.
I've
If
been.
anything, this is an upgrade. This is an upgrade
Are you-
on what they do.
As a
No,
CCI
man.
member,
You are
may I
allowed
tell
to-
you
That's not true.
that we
As
get
a
to sit
CCI
in
member-
air-conditioned comfort in big brown chairs, which are very cushy. Those cane chairs, have you been?
Of course.
Of course. So, hello.
They need to
Yeah.
understand, people need to understand that CCI is basically South Bombay's drinking place. Once in a while, they allow us to.
CCI is the cricket.
The
No.
cricket place, yeah.
No, once in a.
You don't know,
Come on,
you're a
Cyrus.
Chemburite. You can't hijack this agenda from us.
Cyrus, listen,
we are here
Cyrus, no,
from this.
Cyrus,
You know, I know we're not allowed
Yeah.
to talk down.
Now we know. Platform number 7, we didn't know.
This is now a Republic TV show.
How dare you? How dare you?
Tell me which other cricket ground allows old people every evening to come into long off and have a drink, right?
Have you seen the
Just
Legends
tell-
games? Legends games, the old people are on the ground.
But they don't allow when there's a
Right.
match, when there's a game going on.
They may, who knows?
That's just their
Sometimes.
grace, you know. What?
The members inclusive, you can eat and drink and
I
people
know,
serve
so
you.
nice.
It's fabulous.
Ayushi, they will. There will be one day one member who'll get angry. Like, hey, why are you allowing cricket? I want to have my JD. You know, like that'll be there.
No,
One
that
Oh, you
happened
can't
already.
drink on the lawn.
There was one member who was angry that the only Brabourne Stadium had the ground,
Hmm.
the rights for cricket, and he built Wankadi on the side immediately and
Yeah.
took away the cricket. That's another story. But
But
hello.
they don't drink on the lawn. You drink up now.
But look at this as a social comment. India says cricket is a leveling game. All classes play cricket.
Mm-hmm.
All north, south, east, west, and all that's great. But at the end of the day, they charge $3,000 to go and watch the match. So
3,000, that's insane.
Yeah, that's so
not.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be at least middle class to afford it.
Get good seats.
Absolutely.
Give VIP seats, if anything. How much
$3,000
VIP seats cost?
see,
I didn't
$3,000
know
is
you
virtually an
Fundament-
IPL contract, yeah, Sriram. You're virtually playing for Mumbai Indians, man. You're one of the bench guys. $3,000. It's so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I mean,
Because guys,
that's-
kids want to go
that's-
and I would think that you should encourage young people to go and watch it when they're young and etc.
I'm not kidding. If it was 3,000, I would not go.
If I was 12, I would, be a problem.
I'm saying even right now, I would not go at $3,000 for an IPL game. Not even
For
national
those seats,
cricket
especially
game.
we find out
Plus-
those are the seats. No,
Plus
I
at the
wouldn't,
same
The
time-
moment
plus
the
at the
ticket is
same-
over 2,000, I want naked things to happen. Otherwise, I don't believe it's worth it. I mean, there should be nudity the moment 2 grand is crossed.
Who is playing on Sunday?
No.
So you want players to be nude while playing?
Gender preference
You want
on the
players to
ticket
play
should
in
be
the nude?
mentioned. You don't want to go there and find 22 men. I mean,
The
that would be
weird
the
part is,
No.
Antariksh,
I think a
Antariksh,
nude Virat Kohli.
What? Ayushi is getting a
bat.
salivating moment, so more people are going to DM her. So let's
Yes.
just have this.
No,
second.
please.
Antariksh.
Sriram, what you were saying. No. What
mic.
Sriram was saying, please.
Antariksh, the
Sriram.
thing is, even if players are nude, the moment you see Virat Kohli take off his shirt, there'll be wrong and written here, like
Wrong. Too young.
MRS,
Under his belt is
Alexia,
too young.
exactly. So all of you know that
That
they're
was
never
your
nude as
skipper.
such. Yeah.
And there might
Speaker
also be
from
comments like Rohit and me, bhai.
Do
those kind of things.
But
could
do
be
you
there.
want to see Rohit take off his shirt?
I don't want to see any men take off their clothes. And I'm not against homosexuality. I'm all for it. I believe the market for heterosexuals improves. So just from a maths point of view, I'm for it.
Oh, is that why you support it?
I'm always like, are you gay? Please be gay. Are you gay? Try it. I'm always saying that.
As if you are like wandering out of your
No, I know,
marriage
but in
with
my
like
mind-
this
but in my
massive
mind-
pool of women that's opening
in
up
my
for
mind
you.
that now it's more, right? Because 30 guys cancelled and decided to go this way. So there's 30 less competitors. Silverie, who's right? Silverie thinks the same way.
This is all wrong,
Yeah,
by
I
the way.
think-
There is no right here at all. This whole show is wrong.
Come on, guys. Listen, nudity is...
Ayushi, are you spelling it wrong as WRONG or WROGA? Tell me, we need
But
clarity.
Nikhil
As
Ravindra...
loyalty to my skipper, I would say wrong.
Nikhil says the ball will definitely swing if they play nude. Now, I don't know
Oh,
what to
very
say.
funny. Nice.
Wordplay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's one of the rare occasions. Sriram, the old ball and the new ball will be confused, right?
And then is it a pink ball? Is it a white ball?
Stop!
That's
Then you're
true,
getting the
that's
DMs.
true.
See, they're getting turned on and titillated by you. With us, it's just 3 men
I'm
talking
talking about
rubbish.
cricket.
No, I can't help those crazy stalkers that she's going to have. Rickshaws outside her office and car piled up. Oh, Ayushi madam.
Ayushi said once in a while they'll put the ball through that thing that the umpires do. to
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Imagine the one umpire telling the other guy, tu kar yaar.
I mean, actually, there's so many jokes here to make.
Oh,
like the
Except Silverie doesn't know cricket, so he can't say a word.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No idea.
This is
It's like
what-
German conversation.
Like
Was?
ball tampering would be like crazy,
By
in
the-
this situation.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
What about
Antariksh.
scuffing the ball?
That's
I mean,
right.
It's painful,
Yeah.
I would think.
By the way, like CCI, even 1 grand is not good enough because it's the worst stadium in the world. I feel like there's
How
the view
mean.
to the
Such a
thing is
beautiful
just
stadium.
awful.
I'm sorry.
And a good
But
wicket as well.
it's-
So
Yeah,
what's wrong
Not
with you?
sorry,
What,
sorry.
what does CCI
Is
do
it
to you?
unless
He was
see,
going
the thing
to
is,
he was doing a comedy
No,
thing there.
If
you
you
cancelled it
no,
last
no,
minute
no.
and replaced him with
that's
Akash
fair.
Mehta. And he
That
got
is
very
fair.
angry.
That is
Because
fair.
Akash Mehta is a
But
South Bombay
then-
boy, so use some influence. and
Acha,
boom.
acha.
No, when that happened, I told them, listen, Akash will give you a better show. That's a good choice. But that's not the point. The point is that it shows that you two have only seen it from like the pavilion end. If you go on any other stand in CCI,
No.
it's
No, no,
My
I've seen
father was
it.
very cheap.
I've
He
seen
put
it
us-
not
put us
from
in
the
that
member
west
side.
stand, north
I've seen
stand,
from the west
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Yes.
When we
I
were
have.
kids, we were treated very badly. You have no idea. My pocket
It
money was
was-
30 till I was 30. It's a true story. 30 bucks. 30 bucks, the old man. Really mean.
okay.
Of course, now with GST, he would have given me that 18% extra.
Because you have to pay it
have to pay it,
onwards.
and we are very honest when it comes to all this.
Tax abiding.
Okay, having abused CCI, let's move to Chembur
Yes.
Club. Yes, Bolo.
I would never. CCI, I'm a loyal member. Please don't take away my membership.
It's a lovely
Chembur
club.
has a
huh?
golf course, by the way. Just saying.
That's
Unlike
true.
you.
They pee on us. For
Do
that.
you play golf at this course?
He looks
Not
like
at
the
that
golf
one.
course. Look at his hair.
Not at that one, but yeah, I have played at other ones which let me in and is affordable.
Oh wow, man! I've never played golf in my life, like at a proper golf course.
Neither. I've never
That'd
played
be
golf.
interesting, yeah.
You guys should play.
I
find it like
All
too
these-
rich.
Does it make you feel rich? Does it
No,
make you
but
feel like a
golf
billionaire?
is a great game for comedians because you work only half an hour and you have the whole day off. Makes sense.
That's-
6
that's
to 8 hours
That
you
is
can kill and
100% the case. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So I'm saying all comedians go out and play with your.
The weird part is none of us can
the
afford it,
clubs.
so that's why it's a.
Yeah, how much does it cost, Sriram? How much does one game of like one round of golf? How much does it
He's
cost?
not a marker
It's
in a
odd.
golf club.
It's the weird.
Are they called
it's the weirdest
markers?
thing.
Sorry, is that wrong?
Yeah,
Caddy?
Caddy. No, caddy is the guy who helps you. The guy who coaches you. They used to be
Coach.
called markers because they mark
That
you.
marker is in tennis.
Tennis, squash. and all that.
Squash.
So what do you call them in golf? Oh, that bugger.
Coach.
Poor people. Cyrus, poor people. We call
The
them.
guy
No,
who teaches
listen.
me
You don't
golf.
just
you
say
call him.
So
that.
listen, golf professionals do it in these fancy clubs, and they paid huge salaries and all that. And you
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
like
Yeah,
per
yeah.
person pays.
So it's lessons, nah. Basically, he's a
but
coach.
it's like a
Okay.
tuition. You pay serious
But you know,
money.
the thing is, it's not like a marker because marker you don't land up actually paying every time you
they
go
pay very
there.
little,
Yeah,
I was
you,
thinking of becoming a marker.
you tip at the end of the month, but that's
Yeah.
it.
But every time people pass me, they say "teri marka" and all that, and I was like, what the hell?
So bad,
Very
Antariksh.
bad,
We just
very bad.
quickly
Sorry,
move
sorry
on.
about that.
Sure.
Back to CCI then.
Yes, please, yes.
This is the stand-up
Okay,
comedy they
should we-
provide. Yeah.
So we have some time.
Should we
should
mean
do
it's
one
not a
more
democracy?
quick
You're in
topic?
charge. Huh.
Hey, Cyrus,
Yeah.
we did
One more
only
topic,
two topics
and
today.
then AMAs.
Only
Yeah,
two?
Okay, three.
That's all.
We are going to do 3 topics today, which means remember last time we did 5 and we were like, let's.
No,
do
that
it
was
in
too
guys.
much. The
That's-
standards were too
You
high.
did
We have to bring it down.
5?
5.
I've
Yeah.
never
So
gotten
one
to
topic was
5.
one line. It was
Never
literally
got
like
5.
one line.
That way we can hit them
Yeah,
all.
So we can do that. We
Ukraine
can
and
do that
China,
also. Let's see.
Ukraine and Russia
Let's move
trying
on
to
to the next one.
de-escalate.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka is going through a terrible crisis.
Done.
Yeah.
Imran.
Khan, there was no confidence vote in parliament.
Yeah.
Paresh
what
Rawal has
else
commented on the
was there?
Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Paresh Rawal has said that comedians are in danger everywhere.
Why
Chris
did Paresh
and
say
Zelensky.
anything? Really shattered us.
What did he say? What did he say?
What did he say?
All this while
said
I was
that
wondering,
comedians-
guys, what is Paresh thinking about this? And finally, he
Babu
speaks.
Rao
finally.
Apte ka style. Yeah. He has said
Say-
that comedians are in danger everywhere. Chris and Zelensky. That's what he said.
Oh,
Great comment
that's quite
by
witty.
Paresh Rawal.
Oh, so he has
Zelensk-
actually he's
Yeah.
like kind of taken
He's a
both
neutral.
neutral. Lovely.
Neutral point. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Absolutely.
I don't know, but
That's right.
I'm
So
just
that's
think-
all the topics. We did all of
I'm
it.
just thinking that
No, we
they're
have
worth over
one
200 million
proper
US
topic.
dollars, the power couple that they are, and a couple of jokes on hair loss, not that bad. It's not like HIV/AIDS or something.
To be honest, I'm actually going to err on the side of Chris Rock, and
Yes.
it's.
Chris Rock.
Here's the thing. I don't
Not
think.
assault a
I
comedian
really
for
just
jokes.
don't think violence is the answer to that. And my
Yeah.
question was, it was that walk up to there that
was
he
very
like.
mean.
I know, and it's all the way there. He had so much opportunity to change your mind, change your mind, change your mind, change
Could
your
he
mind,
have
turn
broken
around,
into a
change your
rap or
mind,
something?
change your
He was
mind,
a
change your
rapper
mind.
first.
He just went.
And
you know what's
the Fresh
sad?
Prince of Bel-Air starts like that, doesn't it?
He's-
I got into
Yeah,
one
yeah,
little
yeah.
fight, and
Yeah.
there's that
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
It is the irony
Yeah.
of his life. But he spent the last 30 years cultivating himself into this amazing
Yeah, he
brand
is.
in
I love the
Hollywood,
guy.
and
I love
he
the
does
guy.
all kinds of movies,
Absolutely.
high, low, everything. And he became a brand in terms of like that motivation,
You're right.
inspiration, all of this.
Everybody likes Will Smith. He's
And-
like Raymond.
And then in
Do
30
you guys know about-
seconds,
Huh.
you
Yeah.
like just changed.
I agree with you totally. I
The
was very
whole way.
disappointed. I'll never watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith again.
That's not the
That's
right
not-
one.
Yeah, okay, all right.
You know,
Okay.
so by the way, just quick
and
thing
in the
about Will
same
Smith.
way,
Thing about Will
Cyrus,
Smith.
I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to smoke Will cigarettes ever.
Okay.
Solidarity.
All right.
brother.
Akash gets the gig again. Sriram.
I will never buy Smith
Already
and
calling Akash.
but Smith and Sons tomato ketchup never
Can
again.
you stop it, guys? It's not like we have a high standard for comedy, for God's sake.
Very low.
We are under the
You guys
platform.
know
in
Will
car at
Smith
the
has
moment.
Will Smith has a thing. So Will Smith actually, if you look at his pictures, right, it seems like he literally does not age. He looks very similar to what he did in like
Hey,
the
bro,
90s. with
those guys all do
Barney.
all that necessary to survive
Correct.
Hollywood.
But a big part of that is Will Smith in every single movie has had the same identical beard. Except for like
Goatee,
7
the
pounds, I
goatee
think, where he
thing.
lost the beard. Yeah, that goatee thing that he has. Every single movie
I
he has
genuinely.
that.
Am I the only
And
Like
one
with
who
Sriram.
doesn't
Sriram
like
had the goatee. He was looking so young, and now he looks like one of those gurus from the 70s who's now done an MBA. Finally, Dad said, "Boss, kuch nahi ho raha hai." Off he went to Stanford.
He does. Sriram does look like to me like a Bangalore stereotype a little
Yeah.
bit.
An
Sometimes.
engineering student is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying. That's what
mhm.
you wanted to say. Do you find them attractive?
A dropout, you mean?
I
An
find them
engineering dropout.
inspiring and the future of our country. So
She has to be careful now. Her market is getting bigger and bigger, and we don't know how to control the animals.
but
The hounds are at
the quality is not coming through.
Yeah, it's not. Quality is now. You're asking for too much.
Are you saying I remind you of Will Smith?
Yes, in a convoluted way, Will Smith, the engineering student from Bangalore.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Inspiring.
The very
like,
same.
Yeah.
The very
I
same.
genuinely.
How many
I
people are you
genuinely
slapping,
feel-
Sriram?
I
Huh?
wish I'm slapping myself every night for choosing comedy as a career, but that's different, right? The point is like I
But the problem-
genuinely feel Will Smith is not a good actor.
No, but 1 second.
This is not about
No.
that. It's about
Yeah,
the fact that
I
he's
don't think
ruined
that.
whatever you have as a
Sriram,
brand. You've completely.
You're not
Yeah.
understanding the real issue, guys. The real issue is now if we get slapped,
And-
the standard
and-
is very
yeah,
high.
yeah, I
because
get it.
It's
I get
Will
it.
Smith
I get-
slapping Chris Rock.
That is true.
So now
That is
who?
true. That is
I need
true.
that level of slap.
If you
know?
get
That is
slapped
true.
by a lady on
That
the
is true.
No, it's
street,
got to be
it's
Shah
not
Rukh
the
Khan.
same.
Shah Rukh Khan has to come and slap me. Anything
Did my
less than
ex
that,
slap
I'm nobody.
Has he ever slapped you?
Never even threatened. I asked him politely.
Mm,
But
mm.
except for the normal "Who are you?" There was no reply. Okay, Rachit. Will Smith.
Ayushi, he didn't change his mind because his name is Will Smith, not Won't
By the way,
Smith.
guys, they're only talking to Ayushi. This is some sexism.
Yeah.
It's
Of
like
course.
this bunch
Yeah,
of,
that's how it's-
this is not
that's
Tinder,
how-
guys, all right?
Yeah.
This is 3 guys and a girl having conversation.
Yeah.
The gender is not important.
That's true. That's true. This is not
This is
Tinder.
because,
Tinder.
yeah.
It's because of the
I
look.
can't
trying to
swipe
avoid the
left.
DM.
Yeah. Well, we tried, but Sriram remains in the same
I
background.
know, he's still there.
Okay, are we doing AMAs? What?
Okay.
Sorry, topic?
Let's go to the AMA. Topic, I think there's no time. Let's go to the AMA.
So we gave up, guys. We
We did so many.
Yeah,
I talked
we-
about everything. World affairs.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make that
Yeah,
into
we
3
talked about
because
that.
the chaddi come, the lipstick come,
That
whatever.
was 3.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
3 in
He
1.
spent
That was
3.
three.
I was
spent like
tired.
3
I had a
hours.
break after that, really. God.
Okay.
And the fact that you think that you don't know, Hemisha thinks we don't need holes in the underwear. It's a very.
And that she's getting rid of her lipsticks on at the expiry. It's very obedient
Why
of you.
people so? This is very. Why do you obey everybody? Yeah.
But I will say, by the way, you don't have
What
to.
happened?
You don't. And let me tell you, with medication, you don't have to. The expiry date means nothing.
Yeah, even
There's
with-
a 1-2 year buffer after that. You can take a freaking Crocin, which is 2009.
No. Cyrus says, don't go
I
crazy.
keep giving it to my parents and hope.
Cyrus, what?
Sorry.
Cyrus, what was it? Crocin, right? Okay, cool. Just
Oh, is that a
noting it
wrong
down.
word?
Why is that
an
like
80s
the way-
word?
is
Did
that-
I age again?
No, it's
No,
still
no,
Crocin.
no. Just note. My parents had a cold recently, so I need to get some of that.
Band-Aid is very good.
Like,
Both
feed them
nostrils,
Band-Aid.
both
Like,
nostrils,
yeah.
then a pillow.
No,
Hey,
Cyrus, like,
no, I do not condone murdered parent topics.
Cyrus, feed them Band-Aid with like a glass of water.
Yeah. Swallow it. Yeah. Silverie, you're laughing. Okay.
Yes.
Antariksh, do something.
Let's-
Evil group.
Please
Let's
do
get
something.
to the AMAs, please. First AMA question.
Yes.
AMAs.
First AMA question. Hey, would you murder your parents? Ayushi?
And if so, how? How is a very important question. Yeah.
You're all idiots.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
All right. Girish Patil asks opinion about CNN and some so-called liberals trying to find excuses for Will Smith's act, saying that he has childhood trauma of watching his mother get abused by his father.
All rubbish. I can't
And that
buy all
came
this
up.
nonsense.
I don't want to get into
Yeah.
that.
Let's
I
put it in
don't. That's
perspective
stress
here.
also.
This is one of the most popular, highest paid, well-respected, as she said, loved by all types of demographics, all
Yeah,
cultures, races,
yeah.
ages, people in friggin' Asia, Southeast Asia, everywhere.
And the family as itself is a brand.
Is a
because the
brand.
Smiths have...
And she may not be considered the greatest ever, but she's definitely
Very,
done lots of
very-
work. And yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, why can't he
very,
joke?
very good.
And he's a comedian
very
as well.
good.
He started off as a rapper comedian.
Yeah.
And today
He
he's
also-
a goatee.
So actually,
wasn't
the
a comedian
thing is,
though. He never did
a couple
stand-up.
years ago at
He did stand up only much later in life.
But
He
Fresh
was
Prince
always
Bel-Air is a
a
sitcom,
rap-
so he works as a comedian for about 9 seasons.
So you remember the Oscars where Chris Rock hosted?
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
made fun of
Once
Will and
before,
Jada at
2016.
the same
So
Oscars.
what?
Yeah, no, I agree. So what? I'm not getting into
Even
this
like
thing.
Indians, I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm offended.
Yeah, but even
The
I
family-
don't think the family itself has another, like they do that round table, that red table thing, that the grandmom,
Red
the
table
mother
thing.
and the daughter.
Yeah, yeah,
Jaden
yeah,
has his
yeah.
own
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
No, they are actually quite a talented
And
family.
they're a very independent
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
They've
Yes.
openly opened up about their marriage and family.
So much.
I tried to tell my wife, let's do
frozen,
the same thing. And I remember
Yeah.
the bruise hasn't healed still.
and it's a great family. Their frozen food is great. I really like it.
You worked
But
there.
the
You were a
point-
maid for 6
the
months.
Huh?
Till they found out you're not Latina.
Their packaged onion rings
Stop
that
it!
come with the
Never
two
go to
smiley
Will
faces.
Smith's
Very good.
package.
But
Leave it there now. Enough.
having said that, he didn't have childhood trauma of like watching other people except Oscars. Suddenly like, oh my God, Will Smith has childhood trauma of others getting Oscars. So I
You
guess
and
he can't
there are
accept it,
people
right?
who are-
Like what?
She's
That's
already dealt
bullshit.
with it dealt with the alopecia
Sorry,
and whatever.
yeah.
For the
And
last
in
6,
that
7 years. It's not a
situation,
new thing.
I would say the situation is there like, okay, maybe the joke happens, you comfort your wife, you look at her, you put your arm around. Maybe that kind of
could've
like,
said
hey,
something.
don't do that. Even if you just said it, even if he said that, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Even if he just
Or
said
they could have
that.
an altercation later.
Yes.
Outside the camera.
Make a statement after that. That was not okay,
Like what happens to me
Chris, or something.
after my show, the organizer comes and beats me up in the green room. They never do it in public.
At least they respect that, to
Yeah.
keep the sanctity of the show.
You know, that's why I like
Now, who'll
that's why I
remember
like our
the- Yeah,
that's
go
why I
on.
like our Bollywood celebs better. When they don't like you, they just don't invite you to their house parties. And I feel
But-
there's some dignity
But
in that.
with them, we can't have an Oscar show basically because
No,
they don't
because
turn
that's
up on
Pan
time.
Parag, Rajni Ganda,
No, but half of
Film
them
Fair.
don't come. I've
Also,
had
Oscars they can't have
unfortunately done a
because
few of them.
our Bollywood stars can't buy the award, so they won't have.
No,
the
buy or
Oscars.
not, they don't turn
I
up.
feel
So
Oscars
last minute we have
also
to change the
That also.
winner's
No,
name
because
and
they
give
know
it
they're
to
not gonna
you,
win
and
it.
then they
They don't
change
turn
it.
up.
They shout from the
I
wings.
think-
Shut
"वो नहीं आएगा,
up.
वो नहीं आएगा, फंस गया traffic में, वो नहीं आएगा."
Yeah,
Just
that's
another
true.
thing.
That's true.
And then you,
That's true.
yeah.
I did not knew this.
Yeah, so and I'm panicking. I'm so sweating because you don't know who's the winner. They keep changing it, and then this say Rekha's come up and she's just given the envelope, and then you take it back and you give another envelope, and then and then she's looking and you're looking and they're looking backstage. Nobody wants to confirm. They just bolo,
terrible.
but nobody wants to take the responsibility.
This is
Very scary.
terrible.
Sorry, Cyrus. Then everyone should have that moonlight this thing moment. No?
La La
La
Land
La La
moment.
Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
And to
Indian
think that
Oscars
was
throughout,
dramatic.
like-
To
Yeah.
think
That-
that was
No,
dramatic.
but-
People think
No, Ayushi, but that's what the film fair is backstage every time, according to Cyrus.
It's
Yes,
just
and
every-
also the
every
quality-
film fair goes
and
to,
Sriram, the quality of the film
Ah.
is like Moonlight, etc. That we will be talking about.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
It's the same highbrow
Yeah.
content.
Yes.
Left leaning.
Also, because there are like some actors in the audience, right? And you want to make because actors are like, if I won't win anything, I won't come. So then they make up awards. They'll be like the best
Yeah.
debut
Best
actor
comedian in a straight
for,
role.
like
Yeah.
in
That kind of
comedy
thing.
role or
The
something.
paradoxical
like that.
awards. Best shower sequence. Yeah.
The
That's
best
Sriram.
actor stuck in traffic award. What? The best? What?
Sriram is the
No,
Mandakini of
Cyrus
today.
wins all these awards.
Yeah.
Traffic
Yeah.
awards. Cyrus got one.
Bro, I'll tell you.
Antariksh question. Take another question.
The best part is when they tell you as an anchor to go and fill time for 5 minutes because so and so is not turned up, and you've just announced the award,
So then you're just like hamming up there.
and they're irritated because everybody's waiting for the freaking best actor award, and you come back and they can obviously know that something's gone wrong.
Oh, that's
They
a
feed you to the wolves.
But that's so like unprofessional on an actor's
Now you're saying that.
Oh,
Have you
sorry.
been to Bollywood? Go west of Andheri.
No.
I'll show you the world. Come on, next one. Do you want to go?
Yes. Next one is a comment from
Oh,
Vinay
are we
Nair,
done?
who says,
Oh my god,
No,
we're
no,
done, we're done.
You're not. Just about. Vinay Nair says, hello from Germany, watching live after a long time. God bless daylight savings. Yeah. Thank you,
Achtung.
Sanjay. Okay.
Back in die.
Ruben David says,
1, 2, 3,
Ruben
4,
David-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Frankfurter.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Yeah,
15.
das ist, wenn das ist sehr normal.
Die Superflotte,
Oktoberfest,
Autobahn,
ja,
Oktoberfest.
BMW.
das
Then
ist,
maybe we can go with Novemberfest.
wenn das ist sehr normal. Herzlichen Glückwunsch für unser Kommentar.
Tamil, huh? Tamil, I say.
I'm sorry. Sriram just casually speaks German.
Why, wunderbar. Arschloch.
Very bad job.
That's bad language.
Es ist
Okay, schnell.
nicht
What's
so
the
gut.
what's the point?
Arpit Bansal says, do you think if Dwayne Johnson was presenting Will Smith would have dared to jump and slap him? No way. There is no way.
I mean, that's a ridiculous
Not at all.
point.
I feel it would be a great transition where Will Smith comes in and then suddenly like Stone Cold Steve Austin music comes in and then Vince McMahon like no chance. That's what that happened. It'd be a nice sort of. That's the
It could be
Oscars
a
I'd
cool
watch.
bit. It could be a cool
What if
bit.
it was a paraplegic person presenting, for example? Then how does
we
it work?
already
In a
what-
wheelchair.
You should not
Guys,
have
But
stop
Cyrus,
raising the stakes of like, what
Cyrus-
would you do if it was
No,
that?
but then do you hit him or because then is it PC or not PC? You insulted my wife, so I should hit him if I have integrity and I have self-respect for that guy as
You're
well.
gonna hit a handicap person?
Why not? Because that's the whole thing. You can't say that, oh, because you're like this, I won't hit you.
Okay,
I've
actually, I want to
insulted.
go back. Don't hit anyone.
No, that's another point. But
Yeah,
I'm
of
saying,
course, no.
as a man of integrity, he would have to hit him.
I think if
You
it
think
were,
it's a man of
I have
integrity?
There's no way I'm hitting the
You think
rock,
it's a man of integrity because he hit? You think he's
No, I'm saying in his mind, he said he has to stand up for his wife. I'm not going to stand up
Wait,
against
Cyrus,
whoever.
would you slap someone if they
You
insult?
met my wife, she'd slap him first. I won't have to do anything. I'd be saying sorry,
I think-
boss. Mood mein nahi
I
hai.
think
That kind of
I think if Stephen Hawking was there to present an
Oh,
award, I think
God, why did you
listen?
do that?
Hear me
I
out.
don't put
hear
a
me out.
face
You
on
are-
humanize it.
hear
Now
me
we look
out.
terrible.
Ayushi, hear
Not
me out.
now.
You
Yeah,
are
yeah.
allowed to slap him. You are allowed to slap Stephen Hawking because technically he's not human. He's
Yes.
I'm not
silicone.
involved
No,
with
we
the
won't let you
show
go.
anymore.
You answer what he is.
He is.
We'll
he
wait
is
for
a-
20 minutes.
He is
Yes?
a transformer. He is a transformer. And you are
Okay.
allowed to hit transformers last time.
You'll be
If
cancelled,
anything,
but not in this culture.
if anything, you hit Stephen Hawking, he might start working better because
Or he may not feel it,
He's
in which
not a
case there won't be any
set-top
court
box.
case.
He's not a set-top box that if you spank it on the side, it'll like get.
Ayushi, we don't know.
I mean,
we're all just
Ayushi, we
talking.
don't know.
We have no
Yeah,
idea.
Ayushi, we don't know. Based on his Aadhaar card,
know.
he is part human, part set.
And me, I'm so stupid. I thought he was a pressure cooker for many years. Sorry, so unnecessary. Okay, are we doing one more?
Last.
Silverie,
That really
I think
echoes.
Silverie's watching something
He's
else.
not really echoes.
He's checked
Mood
out.
is not with us. He's looking at something else.
No.
He must be
Okay,
Baywatch,
last
the
one.
ultimate collection.
100% in trouble with Amit today because
Yeah.
this is
Oh,
not
stop
good.
watching the show. When I ask him
No.
about references, only. So we reach a point
No.
where the people who work here, the people who work here don't watch. So what chance do we have for people outside?
Outside.
Can I say one thing, please? When we went to the break, no, Amit was like, "Hey, thank you for watching the IVM podcast. Like, great. We have some other shows like advertising is dead," which is Amit's like, "Okay, we have no advertising for our network." That's the first show that he plugs. Advertising is dead, and our second show, sponsors are not calling. And our third show,
We had more ads
Sales
last
tar-
week. That was
Yeah.
the worst part. Last week was a longer break.
Sales targets are not being
Not
met.
being
That's our
met.
new show.
We had to get rid of Silverie. He works from Agra now.
I should say
People are-
none of that is
Budget
true.
cuts.
Yeah.
None of that. I categorically deny
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of those accusations.
Amit is like, check out our new show. Check out our new show. Employees are being fired.
Sriram, last week you were in the studio. Now they've kept
Yeah.
you in a toilet. Because all this points out to where we are in terms of recession. And it's okay. We're still, Ayushi can still, because she's rich, she comes on her own, Mercedes Benz and
We
there's
have-
that whole rickshaw
Soon
number.
we Cyrus said.
Cyrus used to say.
That's so good. End on that. So good.
Okay.
Our office
touching
is in
support.
fire. Please sponsor us. Like
And the best part is we have 4 banks. Nobody has
we are
more
fine.
than one
Yeah.
bank. How can you?
we are, check out our latest podcast. We are filing for bankruptcy. Like
You got 48 hours to check out our latest podcast because, yeah. All right.
It's a good thing he doesn't
All
watch
right.
the show.
Oh, he doesn't.
Last.
He's got
but this is
NBA
very
seasons
fine.
going on. It's no.
Oh, no,
very
he's busy.
Tense and tired.
oh, it's
and-
a great season, by the way.
Yeah. He's given me 4 names which I can't pronounce as possible winners. So it's IPL is hard enough. No,
Yeah.
it's Alzheimer's. The motor skills start going first.
That's Parkinson's.
Parkinson's. They're together, but you get Alzheimer's as part of Parkinson's.
Really?
I know.
Oh, so what is the Venn diagram of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's? What's the common thing?
So
Stephen
Everything.
Hawking.
Dementia
Dementia,
is the
Stephen
middle
Hawking.
part.
hand movement. Yeah, there's lots, bro.
You
There's-
idiot.
Steven,
Yeah. You mean the
Okay.
guy who was a machine?
Okay,
question,
Antariksh,
Go
last
on.
question.
Yes, please. Shavik Bakshi asks, World Cups are great because they come once in 4 years and are memorable. IPL is enjoyable, but it's like Big Boss that comes every year and it's tough to remember the winners of the season. What's your view?
I don't know, but I can't tell you. Canada beating Jamaica and now coming to the top 4, and Italy going out to. By the way, North Macedonia is
Macedonia.
Macedonia.
North
There's no difference.
Macedonia,
They
yeah.
just decided to put the North
Yeah.
there. It's like West Bengal
Yeah.
and Bengal. But what do you say, Sri? Huh? Italy failing to qualify, and then
I think, I think
Canada
it's-
coming into play with their 7 foreign. Every team has
Just a
7 to
weird-
8 foreign players.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
I think that's what. I think we always.
That's
feel
what we
when
need,
will
India
play
needs.
when will India play the football? That's exactly what we need to do.
When
Like,
we
at
have
some
5
level,
Croatians,
international-
3
I'm
Brazilians.
pretty sure this question was about cricket, no?
We lost in
It's
this.
about
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was
Okay,
so
okay,
confused.
okay.
I was
Okay,
like, am I
thanks.
wrong?
If the sponsors lost interest in
was
us,
so-
we lose interest in the
I was
audience.
like, North Macedonia is playing cricket?
No.
When?
Not since
So sorry.
Alexander's days did they play cricket.
we call them Papua New Guinea in cricket. But
Yeah.
it's actually-
Okay.
But anyway, okay, cricket. Cricket versus IPL, right? The World Cup versus IPL. But even the World Cup now, it's happening every year. No, it's just a different format, right? It's just the.
No, he's talking about the
T20,
World
then
Cup
ODI.
football.
ODI.
FIFA, Baba, in July.
Arey,
FIFA.
No, man.
By the way, it's
He's
sort of-
talking about the cricket
His
World
question
Cup
is-
versus IPL
World
every
Cups
year.
are great because they come in once in 4 years and are memorable.
But World Cup, only the 50 overs and the Football World Cup are 4 years. The
That's
T20
what he's
World Cup-
talking
Yeah.
about. He's not talking about T20
Yeah.
World Cup. He's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about
Wow,
ODI.
this question is taking half an hour
ODI.
to just decipher. And like, hi.
Yeah.
Sriram, can you give a yes or no answer? I'll say yes, you say no, that way we cover it.
Yes.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah.
I,
but no,
however, would like to get into it.
Yeah, Ayushi, what do you
IPL
have?
is slightly
What do you-
overrated. There's no question about that.
I don't like the IPL that much.
And also, some of the uniforms all look the same. By the way,
They're literally
we have a
turning off
reconciliation.
the lights.
This is the sponsorship. With that goes the budgets for the actual show. And
Lights went
now
off.
it's like Bapida's last disco.
Okay. Personally, I feel like ODI World Cup also boring. I think it's just too much time consuming.
Gives you time to do your hair.
Why
That's
he
also
doesn't
fair.
do that.
He does his hair for us.
And that's what he ends up with?
Yes. How mean. No DM coming from there. That's for sure.
Only ODI World Cups I do it. Okay, Ayushi, once more. But yeah, I think it's. I think they basically want to shift to every year T20 World Cup, every year IPL. But I think they don't have the balls to do it.
only
Isn't
this year.
that's too much.
Too much.
You can't. You're overworking
They can't.
them, and they can't
Killing
keep
the
up.
marginal utility of the product.
Yeah, exactly.
They are going to NBA the fuck out of the IPL. Eventually, India will be the only one playing cricket.
So only Amit will watch? Okay. Guys, I think this has been a horrible show, which is good because that's our normal standard. So
Consistency.
It's nice
yeah,
once in a while to go
consistency,
down,
yeah.
so then tomorrow you can go back up.
No, we don't ever go back up. We're like
Yeah.
Air India in the old days.
But Ayushi, that'll always be the memo. That's why people keep coming back. Hey, tomorrow maybe the show will get better.
Sriram, have you lost your mind, man? There's no people. Okay, my mom has stopped listening to the podcast. That's it. We're done now. So, Silverie, is your mom still on?
No, she
No.
also stopped listening. So we lost the 2 listeners we had.
My mom also stopped listening.
There you go. 3 moms and 3 banks, all gone.
Because my mom was like, it was lots of little rubbish in the first part. And I was like, that's the whole
What I like is she tried her best not to say the word rubbish, but she couldn't find out.
It was
Interesting.
little rubbish in the middle.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Conversation, the art of conversation, just disrespected by
My mom is deaf, so even if she listens, there is no way.
So she loves the show. She absolutely, she cheers when you
But
come
she
on
can
and stuff.
she can read lips, yeah. But Sriram, she can read lips.
But only
man.
if they have
So,
lipstick.
look at what
Which brings us to that first topic. What a vibrant
It's
economy
a
India is.
full circle moment. And on
Nice.
that,
Check out our new podcast.
Ayushi has a proper job. So she has to go.
I have to go.
I got a new podcast called Podcasts Also Have Endings.
Yeah. Check out our new podcast. Called We Are Applying for Jobs. We are applying for jobs on LinkedIn. It's a great show.
Go back to shooting the bathroom commercial. Bro, that's fine.
Bye guys.
Taking the mic
Love you all.
Bye.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye
We're
bye.
gone. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
What is the workplace and how does your gender and body affect your right at work? Hey, I'm Priya Mirza, and on the Longest Constitution podcast, we critically examine the vision of the Indian Constitution and laws. In season 1, we looked at sex, gender, sexuality in India, and the landmark judgments which transformed our rights as citizens in this country. In season 2, we discussed the laws which shape the workplace and examine how ability, competence, and merit impact us, and much more. Join me, Priya Mirza, every Wednesday only on the IVM Podcast app, website, and all the major podcast streaming platforms.
Ladies, I'm sure you will relate to it if I say that we are constantly busy with work, studies, cooking, and what not. And amidst all of this, we often forget an important element that needs our desperate attention: finance. So here we are, bringing to you SBI Life presents A Sip of Finance, a women-exclusive podcast where we will teach you how to manage personal finances in a simple and straightforward way with your host, Priyanka Acharya, a finance expert who's been in the industry for 14 plus years. And not just in English, but in 7 more languages. So tune in